Sonia here with your intuitive tip of the week. And this week, I want to talk to you about being supported. And not only supported from our divine helpers, our guides, our angels, our higher selves, but also supported by the people around us. The thing that I find so often with intuitives, empaths, and sensitives is that we're really good at being support systems for other people, but not necessarily that good at allowing ourselves to be supported. And the interesting thing, not only about intuition, but about really opening up to the more subtle, angelic realms, is that we need to be genuinely available for support. And what I mean by that is that we need to create space within our own bodies to allow. We need to practice being vulnerable. And a lot of times, especially in our American culture, vulnerability can sound like we're in danger. It can sound like being vulnerable can sound like I'm rolling over onto my belly and then something terrible is gonna happen. But if we can change the word vulnerability to availability, this means that we can create space for something new and different. And the reason why this is something that's on the top of my mind is that it's something that I'm practicing super hard. So even this past week, I hosted my first Thanksgiving, which was a wonderful success. And I am somebody who is very much of a doer. I like to do all the different things. I can be very specific about the ways that I want to do them. And so I did this whole Thanksgiving. I said I was going to do it all by myself. And it was interesting because my boyfriend's family came for Thanksgiving, they were lovely and so sweet. But the funny thing is that here in New Orleans, they have a racetrack day. It's basically like the opening day for like horse racing. And people wear crazy hats and it's sort of like costume, fun thing, whatever. And I didn't ask for help in my Thanksgiving prep. I didn't ask for help with shopping. I didn't ask for help in cooking. I didn't really ask for help at all. And so come Thanksgiving morning when I have to do the thing, my boyfriend goes with his family to the racetrack and I was standing there feeling frustrated and feeling like, wait a minute, like I want to be going and having fun too. Why am I here? Now, my boyfriend was very sweet and he was like, we can put the Thanksgiving on pause. Like I can get you an Uber. We'll figure it out, whatever. But for me, it was this lesson as I was sitting there stirring what was going to be my gravy and feeling a little frustrated. I was like, what is happening? And I recognized this blind spot in myself of where it's really hard for me, or let's change the word from hard to new, to ask for support. And the funny thing is that a lot of times as our empaths, as intuitives, is that we get a lot of our identity and get a lot of our own self-confidence, get a lot from giving. And giving can be a really beautiful intrinsic part of who we are, being a support system, being the person that people call, doing all the different things. But at the same time, we also need to be supported. And in order to open up not only to more self-awareness and self-space, is that we need to open up to allowing ourselves to be supported. And I find this all the time with my clients. I find this happens all the time. It's kind of this chorus of how can we allow ourselves to be better supported? Now, for me, the first thing that I learned this week is, first of all, to slow down. Oftentimes when I am not available for support is in a place where I'm in my intellect. I'm in this to-do space. I'm in this space of wanting to be good, wanting to be generous. And also that showing up in that way is one of my love languages. And that people around me have different ways of showing up and giving their own support. So in slowing down, we can start to become more aware of what it is that we need, which comes to number 2, ask for support. We forget to ask for support from our friends, from our family, from our community. And what happens is we oftentimes feel really alone. And it's funny because it can oftentimes be this like prison of our own construction. And that if we give people opportunities to show up, they do. in a lot of different ways. For example, my sweet friend, Lindsay, if you look at my Instagram from a few weeks ago, she's my new friend here in New Orleans. She came and brought wonderful Brussels sprouts and these beautiful like cream puffs and wine and great company. And it was a really beautiful way in which I was allowing myself to be supported. My first inclination was to be like, no, don't bring anything. I have everything. But when we can allow ourselves to know what it is that we need and be available to that, it really changes our dynamic. Because the thing is when we don't allow ourselves to be supported from the x-axis, from our friends, from our families, from people who are important to us, that means that we're probably not that available to the y-axis. That means that we're not that available to our guides, to our angels, and we have to be in a habit of being available to ourselves, being available to our needs, being available to listening to our bodies, being available to our own guidance. And the more that we can get to know ourselves on a deeper level, on a core level, the more that we can have success, the more that we can feel connected and have real intimacy, which is really like seeing each other, and the more that we can navigate life in a really fun, happy space. So my question for you this week is, how available are you to support? How often do you feel like you have to do things alone? How much validation do you get from that? How much of your identity comes from that, of being the person who doesn't need anything? And are you ready to shift that? For me, I'm practicing asking my partner and giving really clear terms of what it is that I want and need. Because oftentimes we can also just assume that other people know, but we can't read minds. Have you ever hung out with a 6-year-old and they're like upset and they're like, you shut up down? That's kind of like our own little internal people that feel the exact same way. So in terms of starting to connect to support, first of all, what are the things that you need? Where do you feel overwhelmed? Where can you start to check in with yourself, with the people around you? Where can you create space for that? And if you're really lost, ask your guides and angels for help. Ask for them. And for me, oftentimes we can talk to people's spirit and don't have to talk to their ego. So maybe if you're feeling overwhelmed at work and you need more help and support there, but maybe you're afraid of your boss, talk to your boss's spirit, not his ego, and ask for more support and see what happens. Because that place that allows us not only to have more connectivity and support actually cleans our windows to the parts of ourselves that feel like we're alone or cut off or disconnected. Because we're not on this realm and not on the y-axis either. So I hope that you had a wonderful week. I'm sending you all my love and all of my support. And if you do need support, I really encourage you to book a 15-minute discovery call with me. See if mentoring with me, not only to get more in touch with your own intuitive abilities, your own guides and angels, or book a soul reading and get clear on your soul purpose, what's going on for you right now, what you're moving away from, and what you're moving towards. And no matter what, I get to connect with you, which is such a pleasure. It's my favorite part of my job. So I'm sending you all my love, and I hope that you're having an incredibly supportive, fun week. It's my stretch this week. Okay, love you. Bye.